What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, still coming at you from Denver, Colorado area. Just got our first measurable amount of snow out here, and it's all the way into December, so this might be a good winter. What I wanted to talk about, not necessarily in this video, but maybe an upcoming video, is how I dug myself out of financial ruin. If you think that might be something that you want to kind of hear about, let me know in the comment section below, because that's going to take a lot of it's going to take a lot for me to put that together, but I think it might help people with their mindset. Not necessarily because anybody's going through financial ruin, but how I looked at it and how I pulled myself through it with some principles that I kind of applied to it. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is the mindset of a lease or owner-operator in the trucking industry. And I thought about this today because I was looking through Facebook, and you see somebody and they're worried about freight rates and fuel prices and stuff like that. And I didn't really reply to this video or reply to this post, but I wanted to kind of talk about it here. One of the things to keep in mind, whether you're an entrepreneur, and I'm going to say that technically you're almost an entrepreneur whether you're a lease operator or a company driver, because in essence, you're not getting paid for hours served. You're getting paid for a job done. So it would apply in either case. And one of the things I'm going to say is you have to understand that there's certain things that you have no control of over the market, and putting yourself in a negative mind frame in regards to it is detrimental. And what I'm talking about is this. So let's say somebody's saying, well, should I lease or go into trucking? I hear freight rates are going down, and gas prices or fuel prices are going up. Is now a good time to get into it? A true entrepreneur is not going to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that is about that business is not going to think about that, because there's always an upside to any downside. If you look at where wealth is generated, it is not generated in an up market. It's not generated in a stagnant market. Wealth is built in a down market. And you could look at this from a number of different areas. You could look at it from a real estate area. You could look at it from stocks. And you can look at it the same way from a truck driver standpoint. So let's say from real estate. In real estate, when the market drops, that's when you get in. You know what I'm saying? That's where the money's made. The money is not made when the market is continually going up and up and up. Same thing with stocks and bonds. Money is not made in a stagnant or upward market. Your money is going to be made when the market drops. It's that saying that they say, buy when there's blood in the streets. It's the same thing. So from a trucking standpoint, and you can look at it from any aspect: company, lease, owner, operator. If the freight rates drop, and I hate to look at it like this, I hate to even talk about anybody failing or anything like that, but it is what it is. People are going to fail or rise to the occasion, do whatever they're going to do. But in a down market, if you're able to withstand that down market and you're able to catch that up market, that's a blessing right there. All you have to do is be able to withstand it. You know what I'm saying? So with Prime, we have even less exposure to it, because the model that we have is not built on quick fluctuations in the market. You know what I'm saying? So if the fuel actually goes up, we're going to be getting paid more on our fuel surcharge, things like that. Okay. If rates drop, if you're able to withstand that, in the mortgage business, we used to call it, clearing out the suckers. You clear out the people that aren't able to withstand it. Then whether at some point the market is going to have to rise, because there's going to be less people out there hauling the freight. All you need to do is make it past that period of time. Now, the people that aren't going to make it through that are the people that are sitting here worried about the people that are actually taking a negative outlook on what the market is doing. You know what I'm saying? So you always have to be able to look at the positive in any market. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, and I mean, this has nothing to do with trucking in general, but I hear people whining about it a lot. Fuel prices. You know what? A lot of people try to look at everything in that particular industry. So they're like, well, fuel is going up. We aren't going to be able to make as much money on our loads. Well, you know what? If fuel is going up, buy some stocks that offset that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to just centralize everything into the trucking industry. You know what I'm saying? So not once will you ever hear me talk about fuel prices going up or freight rates going down, because everything is in cycles. You know what I'm saying? Everything cannot continually be going up or even level. And like I said, money's not made in those markets. Money is made when markets fluctuate. So if you look at people that are, and I'm no like master, in investing in the stock market or anything like that, but the people that make money in stocks aren't making as much in a bull market if they haven't set their stuff up correctly in a bear market. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. For anybody that's leasing with Prime or anything like that, and I'm not even going to just include Prime, just a lot of these trucking companies in general, all you have to do, a lot of our freight rates are going to be based on what the market is doing or what the fuel markets are doing at any given time. So when fuel goes up, fuel surcharge goes up. And that could be with Prime or a number of different companies, so it really doesn't affect us. Now, if you're going to say, okay, well, fuel is going up and now I need to pay more for, to fill up my personal vehicle, that's a totally separate situation. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if you're dealing with the spot market, I'm not 100% sure that, maybe that affects you more, but the principles still apply. Once freight rates go down, it's going to clear out a certain number of people. Then when the market comes around, there's going to be less people in the market to take advantage of that upswing. I'm not sure if I'm making sense right now or not. Hopefully I am. Another attribute of somebody that is a good owner operator or lease operator is not basing your life on, I keep hearing, all the political stuff. There will never, ever be a time in my life where you hear me give credit or blame to who's in office in regards to what I'm doing in my personal life. It could be Obama, Trump, Biden, Clinton, whoever it is. I'm going to get my grind on. And if for some reason, like I was talking about how I dug myself out of a hole, if for some reason I'm in that hole, they're not going to get any credit for when I dig myself out of the hole, and they're not going to get any credit for putting me in the hole, because all that's on me. Too many people in this business, and it could even be my last business, mortgage banking, whatever, try to give credit or blame where it's not due. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of, if somebody hated Trump or hates Biden or whoever that is, that should have very little to do with what you're doing if you look at everything on a macro level. You know what I'm saying? So just want to throw that out there. Mindset means a lot. Okay, so even if you aren't able to take advantage of some of these dips in the market, your mindset alone is going to be beneficial. You cannot listen. I'm just gonna keep it real. You can't be a bitch. All right, you cannot. Sorry about that. I had a call coming in. You cannot be a bitch. Man up. Take accountability. When I failed in my shit, which is, if you guys say you want to see that video or whatever, there was not one time that I blamed the market. And trust me, the market I was in and what I did was way worse than anything is going on in the trucking market. But there was never a time when I was blaming the market or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up and I had to get myself out of it. And it was that fuck up that actually put me in the position I'm in now. Because it had not been for that, I probably wouldn't be as strong as I am now, because the lesson that I learned during that was more valuable than probably anything else I could have learned financially. Anyway, let me know if you want to hear about how I dug myself out of financial ruin, because it was very, calling it financial ruin is not like exaggerating on it at all. And like I said, I will do that video if people are interested. It might be a long video or broke up into multiple videos, but I think it could be valuable. But I don't want to do it if there's no market for it out there. I don't want to waste my time if it's not, because that's exposing a lot of myself emotionally, and a lot of time based on or put into it. Anyway, just want to throw that out there right quick. I do appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.